Why weren't you honest with the public before Friday, about your trip to Durham?
In what way was I not honest? I've explained what my thought process was. I was trying to balance these three things about the safety to my child, and I stressed the point about it wasn't that it was some nice place to be. If you've been there, you'd see that it's sort of concrete blocks. It's the point about it was not that it was a nice place to be, but that it was the safest place to be in the circumstances. On Sunday the 12th of April, 15 days after I first displayed symptoms, I decided to return to work. My wife was very worried, particularly given my eyesight had seemed to have been affected by the disease. She did not want to risk a nearly 300-mile drive with our child, given how ill I had been. We agreed that we should go for a short drive to see if I could drive safely. We drove for roughly half an hour and ended up on the outskirts of Barnard town.
What is your message from Conservative voters who voted this government in less than 6 months ago, a lot of them for the first time in the North East around Durham, who want you out of Downing Street and want you out of this government?
What's my message to them? Well, I think I've made mistakes in how I've dealt with this, all sorts of things in government. I don't think I made a mistake about these 14 days that are in question. Obviously, I feel extreme sympathy for single mums who'd have been in such a terrible situation. But all I can do is repeat what I said before. On that evening, my wife had just been in a situation where she felt barely able to look after our child. Was essentially surrounded by people who were either testing positive or had symptoms for COVID. I thought that if I did not develop symptoms, then I might be able to return to work to help deal with the crisis. There were ongoing discussions about testing government staff in order to keep people like me working rather than isolating. At this point, on the Friday, advisors such as myself had not been included in the list of who were tested. But it was possible that this might change the following week. Therefore, I thought that after testing negative, I could continue working. In fact, this did not change, and special advisors were not tested, and I have never been tested. Third, there have been numerous false stories in the media about my actions and statements regarding COVID. In particular, there were stories suggesting that I had opposed lockdown and even that I do not care about many deaths. For years I have warned of the dangers of pandemics. Last year I wrote about the possible threat of coronaviruses and the urgent need for planning. The truth is that I had argued for lockdown, I did not oppose it. But these stories had created a very bad atmosphere around my home. I was subject to threats of violence. People came to my house shouting threats. There were posts on social media encouraging attacks. There were many media reports on TV showing pictures of